Good afternoon, and welcome to the 2:30 p.m. Public Works Committee meeting. I'll call this meeting to order. Agenda item number 2, Morgan Jones, appointment to the HUD Community Development Committee, replacing Tracy Chandler. Term expires June 30th, 2027, representing District 1. If you want to come to the table right here. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Just tell us a little bit about yourself and why you would like to serve on the HUD Community Development Committee.
My name is Morgan Jones. I live in District 1. All my life I've been there, and I feel like that I want to be on there to help better serve the community for the outcome, because as I've gotten older, that we haven't had as much development off in the neighborhood for my children as I would like, as we had as youth. So we had more recreational programs like swimming pools, different things like that. There are more affordable homes, so now a lot of the homes are vacant due to not having the proper funding and different things like that, and I just want to try to do what I can to help build up that situation.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your willingness to serve. Any questions or comments?
Well, I think all the appointments today have been from District 1.
I've been working.
Oh, you have been.
Let's go.
How did
Been
you,
getting some action.
were you approached, or how were you?
I asked her to do it.
I was
Okay.
invited by
Identified as a future leader of district. Well, yeah, and I'll say that she attends town halls. She's
Yes.
engaging. She asks great questions. And so I'm like, hey, I'm gonna put you to work. And to do a little bit more. And when
Yes,
when I
thank
invited
you.
her, she said, I would love to do that.
Okay, great.
That's great.
So, yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Councilor Bingo, did I see you raise your hand?
Yeah, actually, I was gonna say the same thing. It must be District Monday.
I just responded to all my stuff at the same time. So.
Yeah, sure.
So obviously, this is definitely an important committee to serve on. So thank you for your willingness to put forth your effort
Thank you.
for your community.
Counselor Denton?
I appreciate it so much. Hook me up if you know anybody in District 3.
I definitely will. I do know a lot of people.
Yes.
I'll be on the lookout for you.
Sounds good.
I love it.
Okay, any other questions or comments? All right, well, we will actually vote on this appointment on August 5th at our 5 PM meeting that's downstairs. You can come to that meeting if you would like. It's not necessary, and you can come and speak if you're interested in doing so. So,
Yes, ma'am.
She comes to city council meetings
Okay.
quite regularly as well, so.
Love it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, thank
so
you.
much. You have a good afternoon. Thank you. Agenda item number 3, ordinance amending Tulsa Revival Ordinance Title 5, Boards, Commissions, and Committees by the addition of a new Chapter 15 titled Planning Commission, repealing all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith, providing severability, containing other provisions related thereto, establishing an effective date. This carries the emergency clause.
Before she gets started, I'd like to wish Miss Susan Miller a belated happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
25 again, huh?
Yeah, for the 10th time.
No.
Maybe for like the 80th time.
Well, you aged phenomenally.
Okay, so this is an ordinance to establish a new planning commission focused solely on the city of Tulsa. TMAPC, which was a joint planning commission, city-county, has been in place for 73 years. It was really interesting, we started looking up the history of it and why. We had some different assumptions than what we found. A lot of the issues then focused on areas that the city would eventually annex, and that, of course, a lot of that happened in the 60s. Of course, things have evolved over time. Most recently, 3 years ago, the planning office, or the city part of the planning office, came over here. The county portion remained at INCOG. So 2 separate planning groups, 2 separate, there's no, combining resources and saving and any type of efficiency anymore. It's actually a little clunkier, I think, trying to put it together than it would be separating it. So this is, we had the city approach the county, and they were good with going ahead and separating the planning commission. So we're kind of excited about that. We can have planning commission members that are really focused on the city, different goals of the city and the county now. I've seen that even change over the 100 years I've been, I don't even know how long I've been here, but however old I am now too, I don't know. But anyway, so I've seen that change over time. The city, we really are talking about housing and dense housing in places, and where I think the goal sometimes is really more rural or spread out. It's different characters, so we're excited about this. So this ordinance establishes that, talks about the makeup of the planning commission. There'll be 9 members. As opposed to 11, so those appointees will be coming to you hopefully in the next couple of weeks to get in place. Ordinance is proposed to be effective on September 2nd. So September 2nd, the goal is to have the TMAPC meet for the last time, just for a few minutes, enough to approve their previous meetings minutes, and then at 1:15 start the new city planning commission and the cases that would be assigned there. I think those are the big things, if you have any questions.
Councilor Bellis?
I was just curious procedurally, so otherwise everything's the same for people going through a process, and like transition-wise, there's not gonna be like any, I imagine, like lags in people who are already in the mid-process during this
Right.
change?
Right, and so for instance, now we are as far as our cutoff schedule and all of our things like that, we're in a time frame where we are accepting applications for the time frame of being on the new commission. So no, it's
Okay.
a seamless process.
Great.
And there's actually a provision in I think it's the ordinance, I get the ordinance and the resolution a little mixed up here, but in the ordinance that talks about all pending applications, it's one of those, that talks about all applications that are pending in process, they'll go to their respective boards. So yeah, there's no, there's not gonna be any confusion when it splits about, no lag in accepting applications, or no confusion about where they go.
That's great.
The one thing I thought about yesterday, which I think on our end, it's pretty seamless, the whole process, because we're here, the meetings are here. There's not a lot that changes. We do need to make sure that people that have county cases, that they know they don't come here anymore. So as best we can, we'll have to ask them to communicate that, so we don't get county applicants thinking their cases are heard here. But that's the only thing I can think that would be sort of a logistic issue.
Okay, cool. Are we planning any social media or anything to notify? We could share it on our,
So,
Social
so I've
media.
been talking to Carson about that. In fact, he said he was gonna watch this discussion today. So, yeah, we're gonna put out some announcement. We're trying to think about what we should put out. Because as far as City of Tulsa applicants and property owners, things really don't change much. They come to the same place, they meet with the same people, they have the same meeting location. So we're just trying to figure out what that is that we need to communicate. But yes, and on our website, we're updating our forms and our process and all of that to, our
so
notices.
it's pretty clear when you go to apply.
Right.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? All right, agenda item number 4, joint resolution of the City Council of the City of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and the Board of County Commissioners of the County of Tulsa, Oklahoma, authorizing the dissolution of the Tulsa Metropolitan Area Planning Commission, establishing an effective date, and containing other provisions related thereto. This also carries the emergency clause.
So this is the resolution to dissolve TMAPC. It's almost like a little twisted around. The first one was to establish, but this is to dissolve, effective the same date, September 2nd. This was a joint resolution, so this was already presented and signed, approved by the Board of County Commissioners. So the city council are the last to look at this,
What?
and the mayor. Yep.
We're the last.
That never happened.
But last in
So
the way,
what-
we want
so
to make
what's
sure
the new
everything
name?
was in a good place for you to.
Is it just the?
What's the
Ready
new
for
name?
I'm just giving her a hard time. Yesterday was her birthday.
I
can do
know,
that.
I'm never doing it.
Susan, what's the new name? Is it just Planning Commission?
Yeah, we struggled with that. We didn't want to create a whole bunch of crazy acronym stuff going on. So Planning Commission, yes.
PC?
Yeah.
That's good.
All right, any other questions?
Go to PC.
That is weird when you say it like that. but
All right,
okay.
thank you. Agenda item number 5, ordinance amending the Tulsa Revised Ordinance Title 49, Administrative Permit and License Fees, Chapter 18, Animal Services Fees, Section 1802, Impounded Animals, to add a new subsection listing a fee for animal surrender, amending Section 1804, Permits and Exemptions, to add a new subsection listing a permit fee for Type C commercial animal establishments. Hello.
Hello, thank you very much. Just a short description. Both of these not the fee establishments, but the commercial C and the animal surrender, we ran through the Tulsa Animal Welfare Commission. We did discuss the fee amounts, so we're trying to set those fees. We have done some research for fees around Oklahoma for animal surrender. And we got this information in January of this year. This is when we really started discussing this a little bit further. The lowest animal surrender fee we have in Oklahoma is $10. The highest is $100. So we thought we would start with a minimal $25. And this would be working directly with our new diversion program, where we're partnering with a nonprofit that we're trying to help community members keep their animals instead of surrendering them to the shelter. So if they can't help this group, the Friends of TAS and Shelter Support Network, and we don't have options for folks, this really is a last resort. We're trying to reduce the number of animals that come in. You know, we're trying to focus our efforts on spay neuter and help community members, and we really hope to do more of that in the future when we have a new facility and our other veterinarian is there. But this is just another piece to the puzzle to try and maintain the capacity at the shelter and do our due diligence to keep our euthanasia rates down. The other part of this is the commercial C animal establishment fee, and I'll let Colton kind of talk about that one.
That's, the council approved in March. It's basically a commercial pet breeder's license for the city, recognizing that it is allowed at the state level, but the city had nothing in place, really that tried to kind of help. So it also limits like backyard breeding, for people that are having repetitive litters and things like that, that if you're having repetitive litters, you're required to have a commercial breeder's license, and then it has to fall within the parameters that are set by that license, which says you can't do it in a residential area, you have to be in a lawfully zoned area, you have to have all applicable state permits or state licenses, and then allows also with commercial animal establishments, it allows TAS to the right to come in and inspect should we receive a complaint, much like the Department of Ag already does. But with state resources that are stretched thin, sometimes they kick those things to us. So this just kind of, on those facilities, protects our ability to go in and address any standards of care issue that may be there.
Okay. What is a hobbyist exemption permit?
So the hobbyist exemption permits, there's 4. And they range for different things. One is for an intact animal. So if you take an animal to your vet and for some reason, either by their health, their age, or any other medically necessary reason that a veterinarian says, I cannot, in good conscience, alter this animal because it may risk its life, if they're unable to perform the procedure, then they can get that recommendation from their veterinarian, bring it to the city. We issue them an annual permit to have an intact animal. There's also one for animal count. So like if you are a foster for a rescue organization, it actually allows you to have a permit that says you can keep up to, I think it's 10 animals. So the city ordinance caps at 5 for a single family residence. This actually allows you to have an additional 5, but 5 of them have to be actively marketed by a rescue, and you have to have a letter from the rescue when you apply that says that. I think the other one is for
Animal rescuers, intact,
Yeah.
animal count, and hobbyists.
Okay, so the count permit actually goes back to like if you have a family member, and then the rescuer applies to what I just said. And hobbyist exemption permit is actually just if you have like a sport dog or other working animal that has a very specific purpose, it is in there to, I think it keeps you from having to spay and neuter as well. So those people that do have license, and they have to actively be engaged in the sport. If you have a sport dog, it allows you to not.
Show dog,
Yeah,
Some documentation to prove it that you've been doing that.
and all of these are new fees?
those fees are not. The only one in this, I think this is just a rework whenever it went through
Yeah.
legal to clean that section up. The only thing that's actually going to be new that whenever we did the big fee amendment, either late last year or very start of this year, all of these were already set with the exception of the Type C license that we didn't approve until,
Type C,
March.
the $1,000.
yes.
Okay. So all the rest of them existed already.
And the $25 fee, the animal surrender fee is also a new fee.
Okay. Any questions or comments?
I just want to say how much I appreciate you guys and what you do, and how excited I am for the new shelter.
Thank you.
It's
Appreciate that.
great touring it. So impressed. I can't wait till it opens.
Thank you. We do have, August is Clear the Shelters Month, so we'll be doing some publicity surrounding that. So if you know anybody looking for a family pet, this is the time to do it.
That's rural.
So
What?
I think Council Bangle needs more cats.
He said cats rule.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
so,
I just informed them that I kept one dog out of the system, so.
well, Yeah, if you all are having any type of social media, sending that to us so we can get it on our personal as well as our council pages.
Thank you.
And that would
City of
include
Tulsa's-
fostering opportunities, right?
Sure.
Okay.
City of Tulsa's Facebook feed highlights them.
Right,
Do you have
but
one
there's a
for
lot of people that don't
What?
Do you have once
Like-
a week where you have
City of Tulsa stuff.
a post on Facebook through
It's
our?
usually more than that.
I don't know how many with you guys, but we have several.
Yeah, and I know they pushed out to Nextdoor, but there's PDF flyers that can just be circulated.
Right, and that's what I'm saying, send it to me so I can send it out on my personal. Because
Yeah,
personally,
newsletter.
I'm more popular than you are.
Oh, that's fine, okay.
I'm just saying, it's really, if you're on the social media, I do. So I have my campaign thing, then I have my personal. I have a lot more followers on my personal than I do on the campaign.
Yeah.
You know, everybody ain't excited about government.
Well, we're kicking it off this weekend.
It's true. Is it?
People
With a
want to hear
puppy
my, about my cookie, not
extravaganza
the
on
work I do.
Saturday.
Exactly.
There's a puppy extravaganza on Saturday.
Oh, people love puppies more than people.
What
so that's
is,
good.
what is an extravaganza? What are you doing?
It's
Giving them away?
kicking off Clear the Shelters for
Giving them
anybody
out.
that wants a
August
puppy is puppy extravaganza on Saturday. So
Right. Buy one, get one free.
I'm just saying.
fees are waived
I'll
through
put it on
August.
Just teasing.
There you go.
All right.
Puppies
Thank
need
you very
house.
much.
Thank you. Agenda item number 6, ordinance closing a certain stormwater detention easement requested by Jason Capcut, AVP Construction and Development for property located at 11020 South Memorial Drive, Lot 1, Block 1, at Heartland Venture 2 Edition for future development. This is in Council District 8.
Good afternoon, Paul Zachary, Public Works. Everything you said, we did get an application for the construction redevelopment. The stormwater detention easement that was existing with the original development, under the new IDP that's done, they have reconstructed a new detention facility of the proper size for all the development. And as with all infrastructure, we have them complete the new and have it in place before we close the old. So by closing the old, we'll remove any title or any issues like that that might be of a conflict, but we would recommend approval of closing the stormwater easement with another one that you've already approved the easement for.
Questions or comments? Agenda item number 7, change order number 2 to contract number 137527 between the City of Tulsa and Magnum Construction, Inc. for project number 146120 in the amount of $0, adding 114 calendar days for the upgrades for the Gilcrease Division and for Tulsa Police Department Uniform Division renovations, Gilcrease and Riverside Divisions, District 1.
Yes, ma'am. This is contract 2, and it may seem familiar to you. This goes under the category, if it can go wrong, it will. We had approved additional calendar days before. Lead times on the materials for the ballistic doors that we added at both these places, they were a long lead order item. So we did get them delivered, and the incorrect materials showed up to the site, bad dimensions. So we are reordering the doors, and change order 2 is for the same purposes as change order 1. It's a $0 item, but we need time for the lead time to develop it, and also the time for the contractor to mobilize back to the site for installation. So apologize for the inconvenience, but it is no cost to the taxpayers. It's just delaying getting in the proper doors that the police department wants. But with that, I would ask for your approval of the time.
Questions or comments?
It's not an
Counselor-
issue for Magnum.
Sorry, Councilor Gilbert.
Sorry, it makes me feel
Get comfortable, that's right.
But the doors that they currently have already are ballistic, these are just new ballistic
Right,
doors.
right. This is just an upgrade that we were doing as part of the renovations. So it's just more of an inconvenience than it is functionality.
Okay, I'll go back to my chair.
Okay, relax.
All right.
All right, thank you all.
Agenda, okay, thank you. Agenda item number 8, request by River Parks Authority for waiver of fees by the City of Tulsa of $17,213.25 for Tulsa Police Department labor costs for the 2026 Folds of Honor Freedom Fest event held on July 4th, 2026. Councilor Bellis.
Yeah. I'll
item?
let you go. I'm just happily
Jeff Edwards,
sponsoring.
yeah.
Okay.
Jeff Edwards, River Parks Authority Executive Director. It's just a fee waiver that we request each year. As you guys may remember, through budgeting, the budgeting process, this is about a $125,000 event that we actually fundraise for 100% through the foundation. So this is kind of the one contribution that the city can help with us offsetting the cost of that. We've actually reduced those police presence costs by relocating the fireworks show off of the 21st Street Bridge. So I think what used to be growing to upwards of $30,000 has now been reduced to roughly what it was, $17,000. I would just maybe point this out as I pointed out with our board and having to make those tough decisions on outdoor events and weather-related tasks that come at you. This is one of the many factors that we kind of weigh when we decide to shoot off a fireworks event. Early or late the day of, but we, for all intents and purposes, would always intend to shoot the fireworks show the day of because of the growing cost and just the logistics behind having to relocate or move that event to a different date, so.
All right, questions or comments? Thank you. We are adjourned.
Care. The theater blends historic charm with modern programming. It's more than a place to see a film. It's where Tulsa comes to think, discuss, and dream. It regularly hosts screenings, film festivals, and community events, keeping its screens and conversations alive. And finally, the Museum of Tulsa History, nestled